It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From FedEx Forum, just off Beale Street in downtown Memphis. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies getting set to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers begin the game with the basketball. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James, though.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
And he hits.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's Grizzlies ball to Kyle Anderson. Runner's good there.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old, simple, bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Big finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Jaren Jackson. Fires the 3. Not that time. He missed it. Davis to James. Kuzma. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kyle Kuzma. To Kyle Anderson. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Down to 5 on the 24. Going to launch beyond the arc and knocks it down.
And that's what this game is. As the game plays, you have to adjust on the fly. That delivers the element of surprise.
To Davis. Kuzma. Valanciunas there for the board. Holiday at possession. Leads 1. And flushes it down. No stopping AD here. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Memphis with the run. To Valanciunas. Jaren Jackson. Here comes the screen. To Jaren Jackson. Off the assist.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
James into the front court. Just under a minute to go in a low-scoring first quarter of play. Has a look. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Shot by Holiday, no good.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Valanciunas sizing up Cousins. That's the end of the quarter. The Lakers have the lead. One quarter in the books, and Jay, naturally, both coaches wanted to get more stops. But boy, was that fun to watch.
Both teams are on fire, but speaking of competitive juices, one of the beautiful things that we heard during the timeout, in a team huddle, you heard multiple voices that weren't the coach saying how much more they needed to fight in order to win this game. Oh, trust me, the intensity level is going to pick up a couple of notches.
Here's a chance from long range, and the rebound taken down by the Lakers. Lakers at the controls right now. Jonas Valanciunas able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Kyle Anderson has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. Can't connect on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. LeBron with it up top. 10-all is our score. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
And he connects on the first free throw.
Oh, yeah, 2 points.
And gets both to drop at the line. To Valanciunas. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. James gets it in the left corner. Kuzma to James. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. LeBron James wants it. Not that time.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Anderson to Valanciunas. And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. Danny Green to James. The pass set it all up. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
Davis to James. Oh, emphatic slam.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
To Jaren Jackson. Anderson. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Grizzlies own the basketball. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense to Kyle Anderson. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Yes, better odds for the defense. The shooter makes them pay.
That boy's living his best life.
Across the timeline comes James. Up 6. scores from the post. To Kyle Anderson. To Valanciunas. And the rebound comes down to Green. LeBron into the front court. His team on top by 8. Over to the right side. Danny Green to Davis, down low. Anthony Davis. That's 3 now on 4 shots. Straight on 3 at the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Lakers have the lead.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Lakers have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Grizzlies have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Game track. Field goals.
What you see on the screen is how this team put itself at a disadvantage. They definitely have some adjustments to make for the second half.
Player of the half.
LeBron James did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
To Jaren Jackson. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Kuzma to James. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Anderson. To Jaren Jackson. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
LeBron into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Kuzma to James. gathered by Holiday. To Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's James controlling the offense. To Davis. Danny Green. Nice pass to get things going.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. James to Danny Green. Valanciunas with the rebound. Here comes the screen. To Kyle Anderson. Knocks it down from mid-range.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
LBJ has it. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Jaren Jackson. To Kyle Anderson. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. 4-3. Misfires. It's no good. Kuzma to James. From long range, Long Island zone. Danny Green with the 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Valanciunas in a matchup with Boogie. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Old school, backs his man down for the basket. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The Lakers have the lead. It's Lakers ball as we start the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in fourth.
They have to keep him in their grasp.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
To Jaren Jackson. Cousins has the rebound. James into the front court. Up a dozen. Look out. Anthony Davis with the slam.
Brow down. Ed, when you come into my town.
Wow, you rhyming right there?
Obviously.
To Jaren Jackson. And the rebound comes to Kuzma. Danny Green to James. Kyle Anderson swats it.
Ed, that's like work for a guy with his ability.
The follow won't go either. To Kyle Anderson. 5 on the shot clock for Memphis. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. James to Cousins. They'll get it down to Green. Strong finish that time for Danny Green. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
To Jaren Jackson. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Lakers ball. James to Kyle Kuzma. Takes stock of the floor. Kuzma to James. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Wide open look won't go. To James. Davis to Danny Green. 5 to shoot for Los Angeles. To Kyle Kuzma. For 3. Not that time. He misses. DeMarcus Cousins. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Underutilized. 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 Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
Screen coming. Kyle Anderson, defended by Cousins. To Jaren Jackson. Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. Not going down here. The Lakers get the victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers won this matchup with a significant margin. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Grizzlies really lost big in this matchup, and you could tell it was tough on them. And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Game track. Missed threes.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a great job of staying competitive and putting in the necessary effort to get the win.
Player of the game.
The chosen one was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.